Doble streaming, ¿no? Pues vamos a ello. Bienvenidos, pequeños cadáveres. Continuamos con el Dr. Reed. Después de haber matado a su hermana, el muy hijo de puta. Y voy a continuar, ya que estoy al nivel 20. Y aquí hay cositas. Codeína. No. Pensaba que sí, pero no. Todos quejándose. Esta señora al fin... se me ha guardado, ¿no? Espérate. ¿Dónde está? Sí. Viva Hawkins. Vale. Pues en principio no tengo más misiones secundarias. Las he hecho todas, menos esta. Que las tengo que ir encontrando. Uf. Agotamiento, agotamiento, agotamiento. Neuralgia, resfriado. Me cago en Dios. Bueno, ya sale de camino. Cállate. Tendría que ir aquí. Además. He mirado lo de dónde conseguir el agua. Para mi sensual. ¿Qué pasa? Oli. ¿Qué tal?
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away, whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
Déjame en paz.
Leave me! Return to the shadows and never come back!
But the shadows are our home. And wherever you stand, my son, I stand beside you.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence!
Pues
I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
Vale. Vale. Pues tengo que seguir por aquí, por la derecha. Paso de momento de meterme en mierda. Quiero ir ahí. Sí.
I have this thirst for blood.
Aquí ya había venido, ¿no? Anemia, bronquitis, resfriado. Hay más de uno resfriado, pero bueno. Sí que tengo para neumonía. No importa. Este todavía no tengo. Y esto... resto de cosas tengo un montón. De hecho... Esa empuñadura corriente, coño, es esto. Y esto no puedo tener nada, genial. Fantástico. Pues no quiero gastar estas cosas. Vamos por ahora. Soy muy ahorrador. Incluso para esto. Soy terriblemente ahorrador.
I cannot enter.
Por alguna razón no puedo. ¿Ves? Esto no lo había abierto. Nuestro país, bla bla. Vámonos. No, por aquí no. Me he ido por donde no era. Soy imbécil. Soy imbécil. Pero, señor, ¿por qué se lo lleva?
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
Hostia, que son soldados. Hola. Eso no me ha dado.
Want some of this?
Me cago casi la mitad de la vida. Loco. Ahí hay una fuente. ¿Será esto?
This is now my domain, young Ekon.
Que tú eres el tonto que... Menuda hostia me ha dado. Yo también sé hacer eso. ¡Sí! Flipao. Venga. A mi vidita. Me 24, loco. Tiene una barrera de sangre. No entiendo. Pero bien motivado. Te reviento, payaso. ¡Hala! Que yo lo único que quiero es tranquilidad. Déjeme en paz, señor. Que yo le amo. ¡Hola!
Your prey is mine now.
No. Vamos.
You're feeble.
matado. ¡Oh! PC de gatillo eficaz. ¿Quién estáis matando? Yo me piro. Yo me piro. ¡Hola! Vale. Fantástico.
It's locked.
Siempre está lock. Es que aquí no tengo que ir donde está el punto ese. ¿Y puedo ir por ahí? No estoy muy seguro.
Best be moving on.
Oli.
It's not human.
Au. Venga, va por culo.
Bloody lynch.
Cállate, hombre.
Demon.
Batman. Basta. Toma. Vale. Y ahora estoy aquí. Voy a ir por aquí. Y esto.
It's locked, all right.
Pues nada.
Watch yourselves. This is my territory.
Lo ha reventado.
You London vampires are so weak.
Pero esta gente está loquísima.
Stupid newborn.
Pero que está loquísimo. Matado.
Don't you know better?
Vamos. Matado. Te reviento. Toma. Hostia, estos dan gatillos eficaces. Tengo que matar a más. Bueno, si antes mato a estos, pues bueno.
Watch it.
Mejor.
It's a killer. Tell you! Don't you know better? Die, beast! You! Get back in the grave! Want some of this?
Sí, pero... Dame amor. Toma. Ya está bien, ¿eh? Se ha divertido porque... Ya verás. Lo voy a desbloquear.
Your feet!
Ah, no puedo. ¡Oh! ¡Sí! Me he aprovechado de su bug. Vale. Sí, esto es al principio. Vale. Pues vamos. Vamos a... aquí.
It's locked.
Vaya. ¿No es aquí? Ah, no. No es aquí. Es ahí. ¿Y no hay nadie? Hostia, que este es uno de los... Sí, este es menos fuerte. Mucho menos fuerte. Vamos. Ahora, toma por culo. Toma. Fishbury. Botella de alcohol. ¿Qué es esto? Vale. Pues creo que ya están todos muertos.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Mamá. Vamos.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
Bueno.
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
Entiendo.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
Vaya.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Priwen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. all of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Vaya.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Ah, bueno.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
They have done nothing but impede my investigations since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
Vaya.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
Como
They
que
are
no
not
todos
all
son
immortals.
inmortales.
How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Priwen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Priwen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Priwen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
Joder.
I think I saw
Tan
them
fuertes son.
kill an Econ on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, They must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
Vale.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Joder.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Vale.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Vale.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
Vale.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose.
Vale.
Will you not?
No, I must remain discreet and avoid...
But how will you sustain...
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear...
Vale.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon.
Dice, míreme. Dice,
We
lo estoy
may
haciendo,
be
pero
deceptive by
míreme.
nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Le ha frenzoneado. Vale. Puerta de Fishburne.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Gabinete en la sombra. ¿Y dónde está eso? ¿Nuevo diálogo disponible? ¿En serio? Pero... Es decir, acaba de venir. De aquí. ¿Qué? No michelines. Si me falta algo lo compro.
It's locked.
Vaya. Está aquí. Vale. Oh. Cosas de la gran cacería. Me da igual.
Hello again, John.
Sorry to disturb you again.
Of course, my dear.
Concerning...
Yes?
Are you truly seeking?
I cannot promise you any...
Do you...
I know
Will you tell me your story once?
one of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Oh, qué maja.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Vaya.
Goodbye.
Pues vámonos. Pues apaga y vámonos. Pues es igual que tú, macho. Así no vamos a llegar a ningún lado. Venga, fabricar los escondites, las mesas y bla bla bla. Vale. Ya puedo ir allí. Y de hecho, se va por aquí. Todo recto. Tiene que haber...
I cannot enter.
Pone, pero venga, esto no da. que puedo entrar, pero de otra forma. Por el otro lado. Voy a decir porque es más rápido, no por otra cosa. Coño, que tengo 1100 y pico. Oh, vaya. Toma. No veas, ¿no?
Recognize him?
No. This one ain't on our list.
Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make McCullum happy.
Vale.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Ya veo. Voy a ir a por ellos. Oli.
Burn it, boys! Die, beast! He's dead eye, vermin! Killing's all you do. Die, beast! Killing's all you deserve.
Vamos. Me sacan 10 niveles, loco. Sacan 10 putos niveles.
Want some of this?
Ups. Que eso no me tendría que afectar.
All of your bloody liquid here. Die, beast! I hear leeches. Get back in the grave!
Vamos. Amenaza Icon. Empuñadura eficaz. Empuñadura eficaz. Ah, no, pero creo que necesito la diminuta. ¿Dónde estoy? Ah. Vale. Por ahí es por donde he ido. Y ahora puedo ir por aquí. Fantástico.
It's locked.
¿Qué le pasa, señora? Está usted muy loca. Vale. Por aquí no hay nada, ¿no? No. Vale. Oh, esto es lo que va a Whitechapel. Vale, me gusta. ¿Grave? Hostia. Quizá. De hecho, quizá debería pasarme por aquí porque están todos hechos mierda. Debería. Neuralgia.
Good evening, Ben.
I'm afraid.
You don't...
Oh,
No tengo.
I will see.
un veterano de guerra.
How can
I got
a gun?
As long as you have the
Resfriado.
money. Good evening.
Hola.
How is this?
When people buy guns,
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers, who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
If your true purpose was to help, you wouldn't take money from the poor for your snake oil.
Oh, but to pay for it is part of the process, Doctor. If it were free, they wouldn't believe in it.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough.
I have no doubt it will.
Well, there you have it.
Thank you.
Procure
Goodbye, Miss.
tomarlo con discreción. Me encanta.
good boys
Neuralgia.
join the army and the scum turn criminal. It's a shame, really.
Tampoco. Shoshun. No sé si tengo para el resfriado.
Mr. Bates.
Evening.
Have you
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Yeah, thanks to Nurse Crane's dedication, these foreigners keep coming to Whitechapel, and my lodgings welcome all.
So business is booming.
More than ever. Hope Nurse Crane's dispensary does nothing but flourish. More money in my pocket in the end.
Why am
Maybe it's because...
Since I took an oath to...
Well,
Infecting you...
what?
Goodbye.
¿Cuántos tengo? Necesito más para el resfriado. ¿Dónde puedo ir? Aquí atrás. De hecho necesito unas cuantas más para el resfriado. No, por aquí. Vale. No sé por qué aquí hay una transición específicamente. Pero bueno. Veamos. Por lo menos dos. Agotamiento, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vale, 2 de resfriado y 6 de agotamiento. Vale. Perfecto. Vámonos. Y así consigo... ¿cómo se llama? Consigo todo el amor de mis clientes. ¿Eh? A ver, señora. Venga aquí.
Good evening, Xiaoxun.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Vale.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
Oh, qué maja.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
How is the...
My only relief.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
Bien.
I've no doubt. That is a wise and useful attitude in this part of town.
To be completely honest with you, I'm also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never...
I know what you mean. And I think it means...
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew. Without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
Vale. Muy bien. Ya nada más.
How do you feel?
I don't...
You should...
Thank you, Doc.
Goodbye.
De nada. Hombre, 55. ¿Qué hemos ahí por aquí? Sano. No.
I won't end up for drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
All your problems. As long as you have the money.
No, aquí no.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Hombre. Gracias, majo.
Yes?
Do you need... Well...
Free drug?
Goodbye, Miss...
Nada, hombre. ¿Qué más hay? Clayton Darby. Padre Tobías. Vale. Pero estos están en la iglesia. La iglesia está aquí. No, aquí no está. Aquí precisamente no está.
Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating.
Fancy buying some...
You never... Do you need help?
To be honest,
I don't quite...
really? Free? Don't take it per...
Goodbye for...
Joder, qué borde. Oye.
You again?
Sí.
Can I offer you?
Keep your medicines.
There is a thin line between pride and...
All right.
Goodbye.
De nada, hombre. El chico también está
Good
agotado.
evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Oh, qué pesado,
So,
niño.
I'm not...
Do you need...
Yes, I do.
You'll...
I'm not...
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realize he's as sad as me now.
Goodbye.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Fancy...
You never...
Yo quiero preguntarte un par de cosas.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Joder, macho. Con razón está cabreado, macho.
Goodbye.
En fin. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Bueno, no importa.
Good evening.
It's fun.
Tell me the reason why you despise Joseph Larrabee so much, Tobias.
A faithless shepherd is the worst criminal, for he leads his flock to the abyss by disregarding the right path. God smote this man, for he doubted.
I only met him briefly, but he seemed a dedicated man who tried to provide guidance.
Do you not believe in punishment, my son? I am not talking about the law of men. I am talking about judgment from heaven.
I believe in the logical and factual organization of everything in the universe. God, if he exists, is just a principle waiting to be discovered.
Armageddon is upon us, Dr. Reed. The final battle where every soul will be weighed. I'm afraid yours will burn for a long time.
What do you mean when you say that?
All
Quite a judgmental...
But you are seeking answers, aren't you?
Well,
As a doctor,
what do you mean?
The beast is fine.
Really?
We must
What is...
cleanse.
How is...
Don't you?
No hay más.
I have heard an...
Ay, no. Espérate.
Good evening.
It's
Perdón.
Don't you...
faith gives me all I need.
Cállate.
No doubt your faith will prevail.
Blessed be your...
I have heard enough that...
Me encanta. Vale.
Good evening.
Es en plan,
Change your
que te
mind,
tomes ese
Mr.
remedio,
Reed?
coño.
Do you need any...
It...
I am shocked that you would think...
Forgive my suspicion.
Goodbye.
Nada, hombre. Se ofende, el Dr. Reed. Buah, ¿cómo piensas de mí eso? Hija de puta. Pues
Good
bueno.
evening, Doctor.
Do you need...
I would...
If you...
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Uf. Vale, ya están todos curados. A ver. Sí, menos este, que tiene neuralgia, y este también. Pero el resto. Agotamiento. Sí, pero no puedo ir hasta allí. Y yo tengo... ¿Y dónde encuentro más remedios? Es que no entiendo. Bueno, voy para el Club Ascalon.
Would you like me to...
Rata.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yo sí que lo creo. Oh, ¿esto qué? Pero ya he venido aquí. Sí. Ah, coño, que esto es... Vale. Aquí a la izquierda. No.
I have this thirst for blood.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Neuralgia, es que me encantaría ayudarles, pero hasta que no tenga la poción de neuralgia. Vale. Vamos por aquí y continuamos. Que en principio, si todo va bien, encontraré una fuente.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Ah, que tú vivías aquí. Hostia, estará su madre. Aquí a la izquierda. Hola. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo mierda la he cambiado? No, Au. Ya que estoy, lo mato con... Pesado. ¿Cómo mierda se cambia? No sé cómo se cambia, así que lo voy a cambiar manualmente. Ahí está. Vale. Gracias. Un escondite disponible en este distrito. Vale. Hostia, la señora. Señora de antes. Hostia, ¿pero qué es? ¿Pero qué le pasa a esa señora? Dios mío. ¡Ay! ¡Uy, me matan! ¡No! Maldita sea. Tengo que forzar. Es que me ha distraído la puerta. Claro, vienen aquí. Y me distraen.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yo sé que no lo creo.
This is despicable.
No tienen ni idea.
I have this thirst for blood.
Vale. Vamos. Otra vez. Por aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Por aquí. Vámonos. Otra vez me tengo que enfrentar al tonto este. Vamos. ¡Hala! Eso no me tendría que haber dado. Pero vale. Vamos. Vamos. Toma. Ya está bien, ¿eh? Mira, mientras venga la mujer solo. Que no venga el hombre lobo. Es que tienen que venir los dos. Vamos. No, hostia, me ha dado. Ah, uno menos. Uf. Ahí está. Hostia, lo que tenía que haber hecho era mejorar algo, algún arma. Unas hostias. O sea, mamón. Toma. Ya está bien, ¿eh? Joder. Vale, perfecto. Y ahora... ¿qué es esto? Cuarentena. Joder, qué pesado con la cuarentena. Diminuto eficaz. Necesitaba una de estas. Pero... Bien. Tenedor de plata. Vale. Y esta puerta que está muy guay. Porque está lleno de señoras. Hola. Bien. Vamos. Pero como el tonto este... Que necesito... Es usted muy pesada. Déjeme en paz. Uf, basta ya. Ahora. Au. Vamos. Toma. Ya está bien. A ver, ¿dónde ha muerto la señora esta? A ver.
I cannot enter.
No, no, ¿en serio no puedo coger agua? Quiero agua. Ah, está aquí la señora. Vale, perfecto. Hostia, trampas. En serio. Vamos. ¡No! Le he liado. Vamos. ¡Hostia! Yo sé que no me lo esperaba.
This is despicable.
Sí, pero lo haces igual. Es que no sé qué me estás hablando.
I have this thirst for blood.
Pitillera.
This is despicable.
Sí, está eso, pero... ¿De verdad que no puedo usar la fuente? Es que es aquí, ¿no? Y si no es ahí... Bueno, vámonos. Y si no es ahí, es aquí. Pero tampoco. Me han engañado. Me supone que aquí había una fuente donde podía conseguir agua para la planta. Aquí está la gente.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Women of all countries unite.
Tengo miedo.
Support the equality between
De hecho,
men and women.
voy a ir al escondite Y lo voy a dejar aquí. Porque ha sido intenso. Esto ha sido intenso. No quiero ir tan... Hostia, cada uno deja... Au. Es que me revienta. De hecho, ¡au! ¡Ay! ¡Oh! Pesado. Vale, gracias. Toma. Esta vez, ¿eh? Señora. Vale. Llave pequeña. Audrey Reed. Hostia. Ya. Ah, me queda una. Y de esta. Me quedan dos. Gatillo eficaz. Seis gatillos eficaces. Daño infligido. Daño infligido. Vale. Bestias y vampiros. Jope, es que me falta una. Trozo de aluminio. Es que tengo de todo. Está en mi casa. ¿No? Sí. Desconocido. Uy, no tendré... Mansión Reed, mi querido y adorado John. Cuando recibas esta carta ya tendrás 35 años y yo hablo mucho que me marché. Estuve escribiendo la primera carta, no me das en años, llevo mucho tiempo debatiendo cómo contarte esto hasta que recordé que partí cuando no eras más que un niño, disfrutar resolviendo los enigmas. Pues bien, he pensado que no sería mala idea meterte en un último juego, aunque sin duda será mucho menos gratificante. Esta vez no encontrarás caramelos ni tesoros exóticos que descifran la solución. Así será un tesoro valioso, la verdad. Este será mi único intento de explicarte por qué decidí abandonar a mi familia sin dar ninguna explicación. Si quieres descubrir el motivo, tan solo resuelve mi pequeño juego. Todo depende de ti, hijo mío. No dudes que te quiero. Te prometo que mi familia fue y siempre lo será. todo para mí. Recuerda la primera vez que estuve en mi prada a ti, a tu hermana y a ti. Pues he matado a mi hermana. Mis tesoros, mis joyas, veros crecer. Jugo y reír inundaba mi corazón de gozo que volviera loco. Acá habría sido capaz de matar por proteger a mi hijo y mi esposa. Pero el destino terminó encontrándome y tuve que tomar una difícil decisión. Lo peor fue desaparecer sin decir nada. Aún así, decidí hacerlo y pronto me habré marchado del todo. No pido perdón, sino comprensión. Si quieres saber más, tan solo tienes que recordar lo felices que éramos. Y en todo caso, si quieres descubrir un siguiente mensaje, piensa en la verde hierba y en los altos árboles en domingos soleados.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Claro. Alta hierba, ¿eh? Hola, mamá. Supongo que está en la habitación. Voy a examinar el resto de la casa. A ver. ¿Y este? Hoja grande de pastillas. Oh, Dios mío, cuántas puertas. Vale. A ver. Mamá. Esa es la de mi hermana.
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
No, vaya.
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson, and my son-in-law, you're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
Madre mía.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles, as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Vaya.
Do you need
I'm all right.
¿Sí?
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan.
I'll stay as long as I can.
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along.
Me
If she
encanta.
ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Ah, no.
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye.
Pues nada. Hablemos con el mayordomo. Que esto es genial. En la risa. Querido Avery, como yo comenté hace varios días, fue que me veo obligado a marcharme a Inglaterra, aunque solo sea unos meses mientras estoy fuera. El que mi hijo regrese a Londres, quiero que cuide lo mejor que acabo de preparativo, me protegí que esposa y que lo sirvió lo mejor posible. Acuérdense por ello recibí mi ofrecimiento. Nunca sepa que jamás he confiado en usted, efectivamente. Avery, Señora Avery. Oiga.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
Ya, pero bueno.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Vaya.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Vale. Dos cosas.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Gee.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Vale.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan. But you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
Vaya. Vale.
Goodbye.
Of course.
A ver, la hierba alta. Tanta hierba alta, ¿qué coño? No, hierba alta nada. Voy. Un segundo. Mamá. Mamá.
Hello again.
Jonathan.
Oiga.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Vale.
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I was attacked, Mother. And I've not been the same since.
The important thing is that you finally returned home. I was worried, you know. You were the last member of the family of whom I had no news. Even Mary comes more often than you.
Father seems to have left me...
No.
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbyes. Mary? Dear daughter, how are you tonight? How is your sweet boy?
Vale, pues no hay nada más. Voy a la cama. Como mí. Esqueleto, esto. Está aturde, pero... Fican diminuto, es que es lo mismo. Simplemente que esta va un poco más... Es un poco más bestia. Nada, necesito... Necesito otras cosas. Vale, pues vamos a dormir. Salud. Por esto necesito 2000. No sé qué subirme. Aumenta la capacidad de sangre. Nivel 6. 700. Y ya está. Y, oh, puedo subir esto. Perfecto. Aquí no se mueve nada, pero aquí se curan la mayoría. Toma ya. Estamos sanos. a esta. Y estos contra las enfermedades. Pero claro, están todos en otro distrito. Cuando vaya para allí ya lo haré. Bueno, desde mi casa de West End les dejo aquí, y si os ha gustado darle like, comentad si queréis decirme algo y no olvidéis suscribiros. Hasta pronto.